What many people might not know is that Toyota started as a loom company making fabric like this. This is one of their later machines, one of their bigger machines. But Sakichi Toyota watched his mother make fabric, and so he thought of a better way. So he invented his own loom machine, and he worked on it and perfected it. They called it the perfect machine. It would last a long time and would work very well without any problems. This is a picture of it. And he built many of those, and eventually he sold that to the Platt brothers. He sold the patent to the Platt brothers because they all wanted that machine and that invention that he made. And so because of that, he was able to sell that for a good price, and that was the capital that he used to start making Toyota motors. So they started making little motors like this, and then they started casting engines, and the rest is history.
It requires the strongest to prevent collapsing against melted iron and ventilation to allow gas escape. They produce a lot of defective products every day like this. So each roll-to-wire oil cores used in the US like this.
The Toyota company was very poor, and so over here it shows the typical assembly line, and they only made parts one at a time for each vehicle, and that's called just-in-time inventory. They didn't do it because they wanted to, but because they had to. And today they still practice that because it saves them a lot of time and a lot of money in inventory, because they have what they call just-in-time inventory. These windows, they're made right here beside the assembly line for the next car. Over here, they're sewing the seats, the seat covers, and the seat padding for each car instead of making batches ahead of time. And so that was how they were able to pull through when they were having a lot of financial problems in the past. And so they still practice that today. This is how they stamp it from that block of metal, and in each stamp makes it a little bit closer to the part. Here's another block of metal, and stamp, 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 cut, and final result. Toyota is very much into high technology. So here you can see what they already had in the 1970s. This is what the robots looked like at that time. They were quite slow, but then they upgraded. 80s, 1990s, and so on. Each time they got faster, and this is how fast they currently are. They can assemble and weld a body in a very short amount of time. After the museum, we stopped at a rest stop, and they had a special room just for kids like this. A very smart thing they had is they had these little targets on the urinals. And look here at the vehicles. When we walked out, I noticed how clean each vehicle is. And as we go past these semi trucks that have been driving on the road many, many miles, they look perfectly new, but they're not new. but they look new because of how well they've been maintained and cleaned. This is just at the rest stop looking at the different semis that had parked there. All the trucks on the road look this way as well. Very few ever were dirty. These are the bonsai trees at a park. And most of the vehicles in Japan are about this size for the small roads. Then we got to go visit a tailoring company. We got to go into the back and it was a surprise. So after the Toyota museum, we walked into one of the last places on earth that still uses these machines as a tailoring company. So they were making fabric, and I don't know how many machines they had, but they had about 20 or 30 of them going at one time. And these are the old machines that Toyota built back before they built vehicles. It was amazing to see these still in production. So people pay this company extra for this fabric because it's made with these old machines, old and reliable machines that have better quality. These machines were very well built, very reliable, and if one single strand breaks, the machine stops. It has that built in, and it's very simple once they explain it to you how it works, but very smart. This thing here goes back and forth through there and weaves through those other pieces of twine to make that fabric. I caught this machine stopping automatically. Watch this. I think a twine must have broke and then it just stopped. That's what's so cool about these machines. You don't have any defects. You can fix it before it keeps going further. So high quality fabric being made.